How y'all doing tonight? I was sitting around today and I thought, I think I'm going to have to give my Malaka some news. So I looked out the headlines and I found some good ones for you today. So today in the national headlines, look out there and I'm looking at what had happened with the government shutdown. And we went ahead and we opened the government back up temporarily. The Republicans actually had to give in because the Democratic Malakas and the President Malaka decided that they didn't want to take a partial deal and actually cut something out of the spending. So we're going to keep compounding this $1 trillion deficit. I get to looking out there and I'm thinking, this ain't the first time this happened, This happens once every few months, maybe once every year. And last time Obama come out, he said, ooh, we need to make sure we wrap the spending up and not spend too much money and figure out how to cut the fat and get everything in line. And now we got him for a second term and he said, oh, I think we should have an unlimited spending budget and we should just give all the money away we don't have. You know what I think? I think President Obama, you need to learn how to manage your budget. You a Malaka. So we get out in some more national headlines, and in Tennessee there's a man named Danny Smith. He's 51 years old and he had walked in a convenience store and he was going to buy himself a 16-ounce can of Heineken. So he buys himself a 16-ounce can of Heineken and hands the clerk the money, and the clerk shorts him a penny. So Mr. Danny Smith was pissed off. So he goes and he calls 911. He says, man, this store clerk done shorted me a penny. I'm so mad. And 911 said, sir, this isn't a life-threatening call. Please don't call back again. So he's mad. So he left the store and got ripped off for a whole penny. And he gets out the store and he calls 911 again. Well, by that time, the cops had went ahead and dispatched somebody to come out there and check and see how stupid this guy was, apparently. And he had gone on to go across the street and try to call the general number of the police department to try to file charges. Well, lo and behold, Mr. Danny Smith got arrested. And they put him in jail and they released him with a bond of $250 on a misdemeanor offense. There's still no word whether Mr. Danny Smith is going to try to file civil charges. But I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Danny Smith, you're going to be shorted a penny and call the cops. Maybe you a Malaka. So we look out at some news out of Southern California. Apparently, this lady found an 18-foot oarfish on the beach. And she was walking down the beach and said, oh, look at this. That's a big old fish. And she got scared at first, but she grabbed it by its tail and she went to drag it in. This thing weighed 400 pounds. It took 14 people to pick it up and drag it in. And this thing's a monster. You know what I think? Anybody's got the balls to pick up an 18-foot fish and drag it in off the beach that weighs 400 pounds? Y'all ain't a bunch of Malakas. So I got big news here. Yeah, right. The World Health Organization is going to reclassify air pollution as carcinogens. That's astounding, Hey, I wonder how many Malakas it takes to sit around and decide that people getting lung cancer from breathing polluted air actually constitutes the fact that polluted air might be carcinogen ridden. World Health Organization, y'all a bunch of Malakas. So I look out and I got some controversy in Texas. A lady named Christy Nicole trying to teach Spanish. Apparently she used to be a Playboy Playmate. Now, I got to think about this. And personally, if I was in high school and my teacher was a Playboy Playmate, that'd probably be the best class I performed in. I'd be so excited to go to her class every day. Nobody ever skip her class. I mean, that'd be like, oh, Miss Nicole, please teach me some Spanish. Everybody line up to get in her class, Now, the controversy is whether or not they're going to let her teach. Now, you tell me, should they let her teach? Personally, I think anybody that don't want to let her teach, they a bunch of Malakas.